Hello and welcome back to AbsurdLand. Prepare to be stunned as we journey through a collection of shocking and mind-blowing historical photos and footage. Let's get started. In this footage from 1944, we witness the harrowing journey of an individual grappling with chronic schizophrenia, subjected to the drastic measure of prefrontal lobotomy. Before the procedure, the individual's demeanor is characterized by a turbulent storm of emotions, prominently anger and frustration. Their face contorts with inner turmoil, a reflection of the psychological torment they endure on a daily basis. However, the true impact of the lobotomy becomes apparent in the aftermath. What was once a whirlwind of emotions now gives way to an eerie calmness. The fire in their eyes dims, replaced by a haunting emptiness, a chilling reminder of the irreversible changes wrought by the procedure. Lobotomy is a radical medical procedure involving the removal or severing of connections to the prefrontal cortex of the brain, typically used in the treatment of severe mental illnesses. Now, let's see the shocking and mind-blowing historical photos from the past. A man being strapped into an electric chair in Addis Ababa prison in Ethiopia in 1950. The electric chair was one of the methods used for carrying out the death penalty during that time and in that place. One of the warehouses filled with victims' shoes up to the ceiling. Auschwitz, occupied Poland, 1944. Nazi scientist trying to telepathically communicate with a dog. Photo from around 1920. The aim was to explore the potential of telepathic communication with animals for military or surveillance purposes. Criminals locked up in special devices in China in 1890, designed to inflict severe physical suffering as a form of deterrent and retribution. Even a public bathroom can tell a piece of modern history. The photographer is called Elliot Erwitt, and the photograph is titled North Carolina, 1950. June 28, 1922, Washington, D.C. or vicinity, Ku Klux Klan meeting. A Navajo man performing a night chant ceremony while dressed up as the Navajo god Nayenesgani, 1904. Personalized dedications painted on 100 kilograms bombs before being loaded on Fiat BR-20s of the Corpo Aereo Italiano during the Battle of Britain. Survivors of the Titanic boarding the rescue ship RMS Carpathia in 1912. Adolf Hitler in a class photo in 1901, back row farthest right. Albert Einstein wearing fuzzy slippers, circa 1950. A clean-cut Charles Manson on his wedding day in 1955. Teaching children how to swim in Georgia, U.S. in 1931. First day of school for children living in Texas during the Dust Bowl in 1936. Prevention of sand pneumonia. First official commemoration of Warsaw Uprising on August 1st, 1957. It came shortly after Polish thaw of October 1956. Many of the veterans were freshly out of Stalinist prisons. Winston Churchill and his White Rhinoceros, 1907 Uganda. American B-24 Liberator Sandman during a bomb run over the Ploiesti Astra Romana refinery during Operation Tidal Wave, August 1st, 1943. Italian sailors observe a British salvo that fell short of their ship during the Battle of Punta Stilo, the 9th of July, 1940. The 7th of October 1943, Atla Kafka, beloved sister of author Franz Kafka, was gassed on arrival at Auschwitz after volunteering to escort a group of orphans from the Terezin ghetto so they wouldn't be afraid. Execution by cannon in Shiraz, Iran, mid-late 19th century. A lovely way to go. Trin Tatam being awarded the Heroic American Killer Medal for the 53rd time, 1971. Family photo left on the moon, 1972. This family photo was left on the moon by Apollo 16 astronaut Charles Duke in 1972. It's even sealed up to keep it protected. Titanic's iceberg, 1912. Speaking of the Titanic, this is thought to be the very iceberg that sealed the famous ship's fate. It even appears to have some dents in it. This daring elephant took a leap from a German monorail in 1950. He lived for another 40 years. Two Vietnamese children, huddling against a canal bank for protection from Viet Cong sniper fire, gaze at an American paratrooper's M79 grenade launcher on New Year's Day, 1966, near Bao Tri. Yakov Djugashvili, son of Joseph Stalin, photographed shortly after his capture at the Battle of Smolensk, 1941. Stalin reportedly refused to negotiate for his release, saying, "All of them, Soviet prisoners of war, are my sons." Girls drill for poison gas attack. Gas mask parade in Tokyo, 1936. First photo of Earth from outer space, taken by strapping a camera to a US-captured Nazi V-2 rocket and hoping the film would survive the crash. October 24th, 1946. Johnny Clem, who joined the Union Army as a drummer boy at age 10. Clem became a legend when he shot and killed a Confederate colonel at the Battle of Chickamauga in 1863. Just months before his infamous car crash death, James Dean posed in a coffin at the local undertaker in his hometown. January 1955. An authority measuring the length of a woman's swimsuit in 1922 along the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. Women were arrested if their suit was deemed immodest. The first passengers aboard the brand new New York subway system in 1904. at the North Pole cheering the Stars and Stripes. Peary was an American explorer and claimed to be the first to have reached the geographic North Pole. Peary's claim was certified by the National Geographic Society, a major sponsor of his expedition, Arctic 1909. December 4th, 1914. Francisco Pancho Villa taunts the press by sitting on the Mexican presidential chair. 3 French circus performers from around 1900-1930. Kostas Georgiou, a Cypriot serving as British soldier and later as a mercenary in the Angolan Civil War. He is assumed to be one of the shooters responsible for Bloody Sunday in Northern Ireland. He was executed by MPLA in 1976 at the age of 24. 3 French circus performers from around 1900 to 1930. World War II soldiers in early French camouflage. ATF agent John Osberg with a gun and a Nazi flag confiscated from Operation Red Dog conspirators. The conspirators were white supremacists trying to sail to Dominica and stage a paid coup there. April 1981. Commandant of Auschwitz Rudolf Höss being escorted to the gallows for his execution, 1947. A Nazi DJ spins records at a radio exhibition in Berlin, 1932. Carte de visite portrait of Betty Karaitiana, taken probably in the 1870s by Samuel Carnell of Napier. Unidentified Maori woman, circa 1885, with a chin moko and feathers in her hair. She wears European-style clothing. This is the Statue of Liberty under construction in Paris in 1884. If kids today think they invented selfies, tell them to think again. Here's one from the 1920s. Demonstration against prohibition, Chicago, 1920s. Puritan picket against too revealing swimwear on a Florida beach, 1985 USA. You will follow to hell. World's Highest Standard of Living by Margaret Bourke White, 1937. Mass demonstrations against Soviet Union in Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, 1989. This strange photo was sent by one of my subscribers. My father, Halloween, 1940s.
Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.